Hello, wonderful beings. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom. Hi, Lisa. Happy to have you here. I am glad that you were able to make time to join in. I so appreciate that. Yeah. You know, when you said that you would only be able to join on the weekends, I was like, I will miss Lisa. But yeah, it's a pleasant surprise every time, I get to see you on the weekdays. So yeah, thank you for, spending your time with me. And I see two other beautiful faces as well. So thank you, every single one of you, for joining this live. And Lisa says, no work today. I am off for Labor Day today. Oh, it's Labor Day. Okay, I didn't knew that. Then I hope that you get to relax. Okay, so let's, start with the live since all the faces that I see here are pretty like regular ones only. But if there is anyone who is joining for the very first time, feel free to share that in the comments. And yeah, and in that case, I will, explain what we do in these lives or, share with you the structure of these lives. So yeah, Caitlin says, hello, hello, about to drop kiddo with her bio dad, then get to hang out on IT all day long. I love it, Caitlin. Whenever you have the time, you choose to spend your time on these lives or on Insight Timer. It is so amazing. Okay. Hi, Leslie. Good morning. Leslie says good morning. Maybe quiet due to holiday in US. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't knew that. So yeah, thank you for sharing that with me, guys. And I hope, Leslie, that you are having a wonderful and lovely morning today. Okay. So let's begin with the meditation since I don't see any new people here and no one has mentioned that they are new. So let's begin with the very first thing that we do in these lives, which is a meditation. And as I mentioned in my previous, live, that I decided to start this new series where I am going to guide a meditation based upon whatever quote that you see when you open Insight Timer. So, based upon that quote, I am going to guide a meditation so that you can fully soak in the wisdom. So, yeah, I am excited to see what will come out through today's meditation. Leslie says, for after many rainy mornings, this is great. It's raining like a lot here as well, and I just enjoyed the cool air. I love hanging out on my terrace when it's such a beautiful weather. Yeah, it's sunny there. So beautiful weather changes in terms of where you are living. So if it's a lot of like winter or rain, then you love the sun, that warmth of sun. And if it is like a lot of heat, then you enjoy the rain or the cool air. So yeah, very subjective in terms of like what a beautiful weather is. Okay. So are you guys ready for the meditation for today? You can type ready in the comments or you can press the heart to let me know that you're ready and then we will begin with the meditation. Lisa says, I love the cooler weather. Yeah, so do I. I love, that autumn weather more. Like neither too hot nor too cold, and it's kind of lovely. And I feel like it feels so cozy in that time. Okay, Lisa is ready, Caitlin is ready, and Caitlin says, I love cooler weather and layering up too. Yeah, Caitlin, especially with all the things that you crochet, right? It must be extra special for you. Okay. So I'm going to drink some water and then we will begin with the meditation. So begin by coming into a comfortable position. You can stand, sit, or lie down, whatever your body needs right now. If you feel safe, allow your eyes to close, or alternatively, you can choose to lower your gaze so you can look downward at the floor. And now bringing your attention to your breath, feeling your body receiving with each inhale and releasing with each exhale. Allowing each breath to bring you into the here and now. And once you arrive fully in this moment, bring to your mind something that you have wanted to do for a long time, something that just lights you up. So, what if I were to ask you to take that step tomorrow? See if the self doubt creeps in and notice how does this self doubt show up for you when you think about starting something new or continuing on this path, doing what you love most. So maybe you wonder that am I good enough, or whether others will value what I have to offer. Perhaps you fear failing, being judged, or wasting your time or money. Or you question that if following what you love will really lead somewhere. So, allowing all these thoughts that hold you back from doing the thing that you love most, that you have wanted to do for a long time, come forward. And now notice how this self doubt feels in your body right now. Perhaps it feels like heaviness in your chest, a knot in your stomach, or a feeling of restlessness in your whole body. Simply feeling, how does self doubt feels like in my body right now? And now that you have finally paid attention to this part of you, let's offer it some relief. So, on your next inhale, imagine breathing in confidence, trust, and courage. And on your next exhale, imagine releasing any fear, comparison, and the need for certainty. So, breathing in love for what you do love most, and breathing out the fear of what might happen. Again, breathing in love for what you want to do most, and breathing out any fear of what might happen. Continue to breathe in this manner. Breathing in love and breathing out doubt. Natalie Goldberg, an American author, once said, "Trust in what you love, continue to do it, and it will take you where you need to go." Again, trust in what you love, continue to do it, and it will take you where you need to go. So, as you continue to breathe in love and breathe out doubt, feel free to repeat after me the affirmations either silently or in your mind. I trust the call of my heart. I am capable of walking this path. I release the doubts that hold me back. What I love will guide me to where I am meant to be. I am safe to keep going one step at a time. You did great. And now, as we reach the end of this meditation, allow yourself to take a deep breath in, soaking in the effects of this meditation. And as you exhale, letting go of this practice, knowing that these affirmations have reached your subconscious mind and the wisdom has reached your whole being. So, whenever you are ready, allow yourself to come back to your body. So, to feel fully connected, you can begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. And whenever you are ready, you can gently open your eyes, connecting back with the space around you. Welcome back. I see that some new people have joined us. So I want to let you know that this is not the end of this meditation. We are just beginning. And soon we are going to tap into some fun and wisdom as we go, about this life. But before that, you know, if anyone did meditated together with me, then, and if you feel called to share your experience, you can do so in the comments. And if you like this meditation and if you would like to, get notified when this meditation get released, because I'm recording all of the meditations that are being done in the series of Wheel of Wisdom, and I am releasing them as a free track, so it is available for everyone on Insight Timer. Yeah, so we have recorded over like around 100 meditations so far. And yeah, I already have around 35 free tracks on, from the series. So yeah, you can check the previous ones out and you can, if you're new to me, you can follow me so that you get notified when this meditation gets released or the other ones get released, because I'm releasing all these meditations like one meditation on every Wednesday. So yeah, okay, let's move to the comments. So Christina has joined us for the very first time. Thank you, Christina, for giving this a chance. I'm glad that this was going on your screen and you were like, okay, let's check this out. And I do hope that you receive, whatever it is that you need at this moment of your life from this live. And since we were meditating on today's Insight Timer quote, which was again, let me read it: trust in what you love, continue to do it, and it will take you where you need to go. So we did a meditation around that, and Christina shared that I don't even know what I love most anymore. I have been in survival mode for so long. I don't know how to begin. I get that, Christina, Life throws at us like a lot of different, you know, all those responsibilities, all those, situations that we have to deal with first, and we do not have time to even do the things that we love, or even remember what we used to love, or explore what we used to love, because it's not always about, you know, always remembering going into the past, but it can always be about as well, like, exploring that version of me loved that, and I have went through a lot of different things, and maybe I changed as a person because of the things that I went through. And now at this moment, I am ready to explore what would bring me joy, what would bring fulfillment to my heart. And yeah, and it is going to be a journey, and it doesn't have to be like a career, It doesn't have to be like you have to find your purpose and make it your career. Um, I did that, but yeah, that's not, what everyone have to do. It can be very simple thing, like finding a very simple thing that brings you joy that you love doing, and then incorporating that into your life. Or maybe it is about, purpose and making it a career, so like there is no fixed thing of how we can live by, or how we can incorporate what we love most in our life. But Christina, if you would like to talk more about it, feel free to drop me a message and we can explore together and, bring that into your life. Um, yeah, so okay, so the way to message me, Christina, let me like mention you in case you don't know. Yeah, so I would be happy to explore it with you. So you can like go to my profile, okay, and go to the three dots. This interface might be different for you guys because Insight Timer recently like released an update, so I updated it, so it is a little bit different. But yeah, you can like go to my profile, click on the three dots, and go to message teacher. And here you can message me that hi, or I would love to explore that, or I would love to, learn that what would bring me fulfillment. And I would love to talk to you, Christina. Okay. So Christina says, thank you, Anisha. Maybe I can just pay attention to the things that make me happy. Exactly, it's I love that you mentioned that because it's not always about adding something new. It's also sometimes recognizing. So there are a lot of different things. You see, there are so many different paths to reach wherever we want to figure out that thing that you love or to figure out anything else in your life. And we just need to take a path. So yeah, so there are options, Christine, and anyone who is like who don't know what they love most and would like to reconnect with that. There are a lot of paths, and we just need to take one step. And if you don't know where to begin, or if you would like to do that together with me, feel free to message me and we can, explore that together. Okay. Wonderful. Christina says, thank you. I will. Okay, wonderful. I am looking forward to it. Leslie says, maybe what used to bring you joy and happiness. Yeah, that's another pathway to look at, to go to the past. Hmm. So, different paths to reach there. So, we haven't lost the hope yet. Okay. Emilia is welcoming Christina. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to drink some water and then we will continue. Okay, guys? I love how you guys are welcoming, new people to the community. Oh, I love that. Thank you, Amelia. Okay. Hmm. So let me now show you guys the Wheel of Wisdom. That's by the name, right? Okay. So, my dear lovely people, this is our Wheel of Wisdom. And for the ones who are joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that this wheel of wisdom, what that is, okay? So, this wheel contains the name of 31 books out of the many, many books that I've read in the past 8 years in my own journey of transformation, healing, growth, And I have picked these books from there. And what we do now that we are more open, we have, raised our vibrations so that we can connect, we can receive that higher wisdom from this wheel, from universe, spirit guide, source, angels, whatever you believe in, basically. So, you know, we are going to spin this wheel, and this wheel is randomly going to select a book for us. And then we are going to open that book, and I'm going to then play a game with you where I ask you guys to choose some numbers. And yeah, things will flow from there. But yeah, it is going to be fun, that is for sure. So before we spin the wheel, before we do the first part, I invite you guys to take a moment and, you know, bring to your mind or think, is there anything specific that is going on in your life right now that you would like to receive some guidance on. It could be a problem, it could be a specific area of your life, or if there is nothing specific, then set an intention that may I receive some general guidance for today. Okay. So once you have either set an intention or thought of something specific, you can let me know by, pressing the heart option somewhere here, and then we will spin the wheel. um, okay, let's see. Misha says, "Hi Anisha, can you share the list of 31 books you have read and how they have impacted you?" So I guess, it is going to take a whole live session and even more than that if I talk about each and every book separately. But to, give you an answer, if you want to know like all the books that are there on the wheel, and there is nothing special about that, because I always invite you that if you guys have a book that have impacted you, then you can share that in the comments. And if it aligns, I will simply put it on the wheel. So yeah, it's not about that. It's not about the name of the books. And if you want them, you can go to my group. Okay, let me mention that here. And since I mentioned like the name of the book that comes in each live that show up, you will find all the books, all of them or almost all of them might have come in that. Okay. Um, give me a second to mention the name of the group. Yeah, so this is my little community on Insight Timer. So, yeah, you will find the name of the books there and how they have impacted me. Well, so whenever a book comes, I mention like very briefly how it has impacted me or what I like about it, you know. Yeah, and if okay, so you might understand it better if you go through my journey, Misha. So, so another way to explore that, because it would take a lot of time, so that's why I'm not diving in. So, what you can do if you want to know how these books have impacted me or different stages of my life, what I learned, because I learned from these books as well. So, you can go to the About section on my profile. Okay. Again, this is the updated app, so it might be different for you. So when you update it, it would look similar. But anyways, in the old version also, you would see About section. So you can go to the About section there, and you can read more about my journey by going here. Okay, by clicking here. Um. Okay. Hope that it answers your question, Misha. Misha says thanks. I enjoy Brene Brown talk and have listened to a couple of her books. Yeah, we have some books from her as well here. So I hope that you will enjoy that when they come. Christina says Wonderful Beings is the name of the book group. Yeah, so okay, let me show you. So, Christina and anyone else who is new, when you go to my profile, okay, on the home page, when you will scroll all the way down, hmm, you will see a group here. Okay, it is an open public group. Anyone can join. And here in this group, um, I basically mention the summary of each live. So, like the type of meditation that we did, the name of the book that we read, the readings from that book. Okay. So everything in one place. I also like put updates and everything there in that group, like if a new track is released or if I have to cancel a live because of certain reasons. So it is like a little community through which I can update you, stay connected, and you don't miss out on anything. So yeah, I hope that clears up, Christina, your question. And I would love to have you in that group as well. Okay, Leslie says highly recommend Anisha's. complimentary one-on-one session, which is very helpful, Christina. Thank you, dear Leslie, for recommending it. Yeah, I cannot now, mention that because it is something additional that I offer. Yeah, but if you would like to check out what Leslie is saying, then you can again, go to the about section on my profile, go to the about section, and here you will find all the additional resources, all the gifts, everything. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Emilia says the wow, because when the synchronicity aligns, it's just wow. Yeah, it was like really amazing how that whole like the series turned out to be like wow, wheel of wisdom. I love how you put it, Amelia. It is like wow, when synchronicity is alignment and like magic happens, we are like, wow, what just happened? Or wow, I really needed to hear that. So that's why, I mentioned that it doesn't matter. The name of the books doesn't matter so much. What matters it is that my intention was to just create a space, where whatever message, whatever piece of wisdom wanted to come through, these books in this case, arrives at this, at the right moment for you guys, like in terms of whatever is happening in your life right now. At this moment, you receive what you need to hear most. You receive that guidance that you're seeking. You receive that piece of wisdom. And that was the intention because there are like thousands of books in this universe, in this world, and we cannot go through them all. So yeah, I just wanted to create a space where the right thing, the right message comes at the right moment for all of you, all everyone present here. Okay. Um yeah. Okay, so Misha has mentioned her favorite book, which is Sean Acker's book, The Happiness Advantage is Good. Yeah, I've heard of it. I think I haven't read it, but yeah, I've heard of it. Okay, maybe I will include that. I will go through it and I will include that, Misha. So yeah, if you guys also have any book that you would like to be added on the wheel, the book that you have read and that have impacted you, then you can share that and I will like, check it out and if it aligns, I will add it. It should be a non-fiction book. So not a fiction story because we want to complete the story in that case. Okay, I will just take a, screenshot, like a photo, so I remember the name. Hmm. Okay, guys, now I love it, I love the interaction today. Okay, so now, guys, going back to the wheel, again, bring to your mind anything specific that you need guidance on, or set an intention that may you receive some guidance for today. And once you have brought that to your mind, hold it in your mind as I spin the wheel. A lot of love is coming today. So, the name of the book that came up is How to Love, and the book is by Thich Nhat Hanh. Okay, so for those of you who are new or who don't know his work, so Thich Nhat Hanh has the series of like very simple, kind of like magazine kind of books, If you are not a very heavy reader, then I would definitely recommend these books because they're like how to love, how to see, how to eat, how to rest, these kind of books. Very simple things that we do, but a very transformative way to do them. Okay, give me a second to choose some numbers so that we can play a game. Mhm. Okay. So, Before I mention the numbers, I wanted to give you a reminder that, uh-huh. So, okay, the comments distracted me. Okay, first let me go through the comments and then I will like share the reminder. Hi Poonam, welcome. Happy to have you here again. It's so nice to see all of you guys coming back. I'm glad that you guys are getting some value out of these lives. And you were just on time, Poonam. We were just about to do the first reading. Emilia says he's come up for the last three sessions, I think. In the last session, yes, a book came up from him. Before that, I don't remember so much. Yeah, maybe I would have to like check the summary. But if you do, then maybe you're right, Emilia. Okay. Hmm. So, my dear ones, before I share the numbers between which I want you guys to choose, I want to remind you that there is no need to rush at all. Okay. Instead, I want you to, take a pause and connect with your intuition and see which number is popping up for you. And then mention that number in the comments. Okay. Why I say no rush? Because I'm not going to choose the top number. Like, that is not the criteria. I'm going to go through all your numbers and then randomly select a number based on my intuition. So, in this way, we will get to tap into the collective wisdom here. Okay. So, I invite you guys to choose a number between 15 to 110. Oh, Lisa is fast. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Poonam. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Nicole, Caitlin. Thank you, Christina. A lot of fast responses today. Thank you, Patricia, Divya, Emilia. I'm just going to refill my cup before we continue. Thank you, L or EI. I don't know like what that exactly is. But yeah, thank you for joining. And you can let me know, like, is it EI or is it L? Thank you, Dina, Misha. Mm, Dina says, hello, lovely Anisha. Hello, Dina. Welcome back. Caitlin says, also the meditation was lovely. I didn't get a chance to respond about it earlier. Very uplifting for me. Oh, I love that. Oh, I'm glad that, it brought you that sense of upliftment, Caitlin. Thank you for sharing that. I always love reading about your experience of these meditations. um, and for those who joined us late, we did a meditation about or around today's Insight Timer quote. They have started like this new series where we do a meditation on the quote that appears on the Insight Timer page so that we can really sink in or soak in that wisdom. Okay. And if you're new, feel free to follow me so that you get notified when this meditation get released. Okay. So now going back to all the numbers that have come up, Christina says a lot of sevens. Yeah, it is. I was just wondering that. Okay. There are a lot of numbers. I'm confused between two. Give me a second. Okay, I've chose the number. So before I reveal the number to you guys, another reminder that it doesn't really matter whose number I choose because since you're here in the space, you were meant to receive that. You were meant to receive whatever message is going to come through. Okay. So with that said, the number that came up for me is 75, and the number has been given by E L. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, it is either EL or EI. Yeah, but thank you for choosing that number for all of us. Um, okay, so we are going to go to that page number and then so what I've done is that as I was reading these books, I highlighted the insightful paragraphs or like the transformative practices from these books. So we are going to open that page number 75 and see what is the highlighted part on that page and what wants to come through at this moment in our life, and we will read through that. Okay. But first let me go through the comment. Poonam says, oh wow, yes, today's IT quote really resonated with me. Yeah, that I'm glad, I'm really glad we talked about it a little even after the meditation, Poonam. Um, if you want to access today's meditation, if you really feel called to, I cannot mention a lot in detail, but you would find it here. So you can go to my profile, go to the about section, and anything that is not here, anything that is additional, you will find it here. Okay. So when you will open, you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay. Let's see. Emilia says, let's do both then. Okay, yeah, since I mentioned two numbers are coming up for me. Let's see. So the number was 75, right? Let's see. What is on page number 75? Mhm. So the heading for this is The Beauty of the Body. Poonam says, okay, thanks, Anisha. I will check out. Wonderful, Poonam. So, yeah, the beauty of the body. So, the author says the human body is one of the most beautiful things that we can see. We need to practice treating such beauty with reverence. Perhaps we are afraid to contemplate beauty, and that's why we don't treat our bodies, the body and the bodies of others with respect. So, so what is coming up for me as I read that was, how we are so quick to find faults in our body, that um I don't like too much hair on my skin. I don't like my nose. I don't like my belly fat. I don't like this. I don't like that. Um, but we so rarely, we so rarely, just turn our attention inward and actually actually see the beauty of it. Not the beauty in terms of the whole mechanism that is working, that is keeping you alive in this moment, that is allowing you to listen to me, to connect with all of us, to share, to express yourself. A lot of all these things that we never pay attention to, let alone, thank our body. And it is interesting that coincidentally, we just the series that we did just before this one, where we are doing a meditation on the goat, we did a series on, appreciating each part of our body. So bringing our attention to it and really letting in all that part that, of our body does for us. And then also offering some healing if it needs that. So it helps us, change our relationship with our bodies to it offers us a very simple way to learn to love ourselves because, you know, I feel like that can be a very easy start to it and maybe not in terms of appearance, but not in terms of the function, you know, because the appearance and all the other character traits that you don't like about yourself might be, a little harder in terms of if you're trying to, start to love yourself, to change your relationship with yourself. But your body can be the very, very starting point for it. And that skill is only going to expand that, love that you cultivate, that acceptance, that appreciation, that gratitude is only going to expand to other areas and eventually to other people as well. So I feel like that can be a very beautiful, a very like simple and easy starting point for a lot of people. And and if you guys would like a resource for that, since I mentioned I did a series and I also mentioned I record the meditation on these lives. So I have already published some tracks on that and new ones are coming again on every Wednesday. So you can find these resource where you actually practice with me and appreciate that part, practice gratitude because it is not going to impact your body alone, it is also going to impact your mind, your energy, and everything about that, because gratitude is a very simple practice to bring well-being into your life. So let me share that resource and then I will get to the comment. So, this is again my profile. Okay, so when you go to the home page and when you scroll down, as I mentioned, like these tracks are getting released. So, the latest one that got released was Dear Mouth, Thank You. So, I have, covered like head or brain, eyes, ears, nose, mouth. So, yeah, we are like doing it like that, how we teach children the name of our organs. We are acknowledging them now. So yeah, when you scroll all the way down, you will see these playlists. Okay. And in that, I have, okay. So for everyone who has also attended my live before, I have like, changed my playlist a little bit. So yeah, so you will find those, the series here. So any meditation that have been done, whether it was the chakra series, whether it was like gratitude and healing for your body, I put all of it in this one playlist, which is Wheel of Wisdom. And the subtitle is Pick a Meditation. So I made it more fun. I included like instructions for you so you can have fun with it. But yeah, when you scroll down, you will like there are a lot of free tracks here. Like most of the tracks are free on this particular thing. So you don't need to worry about that. So here are all the tracks from this body series. Okay. So you can check them out if you would like to take a action on this piece of wisdom or this piece of message that came for you today. Christina says accepting and loving the aging of the body. Yeah, it is especially hard when you are, either a part of your body is not functioning well, or if you are moving towards aging and you're having difficulty with the function of a part or with the appearance of your body. But yeah, I think that can be again a nice starting point. Yeah, exactly as Amelia mentioned, accepting and loving the changing of the body and what it can still do for you, what it is still doing for you, despite, all the changes and how hard it is becoming for it. to, do all these things for you, but still it is functioning. Still it's your body's way of saying that it loves you and it is it wants you. It it values your existence and it is doing everything in its ability to support you. So I hope that you feel your body's love and you give it some you give it some love as well, or healing, or whatever it is that it needs. Give it the acknowledgement. Leslie says, for me, a good starting point is gratitude for our bodies. Yeah, I know Leslie especially enjoyed that, body series. And I am I am really happy that, I just feel so happy when I imagine you saying thank you to your body, Leslie, and anyone else who is going to practice that. Because we don't really acknowledge, things that are going well for us. And that's what gratitude is for. And that's how it changes, it impacts our well being. There is so much research around it that how gratitude can change a lot of things for you. Yeah, I'm getting a little emotional. I don't know why, but yeah. Poonam says, I love the intelligence of our body that performs so involuntary. Exactly, we just get so overwhelmed if a new task is added, if we get, more than 6 or 7 tasks in a day, and our body is literally ensuring that we survive, that we take the next breath, that blood is pumped into our whole body, that we receive the nutrients and all of the different things. Oh, it is so damn intelligent. This is so much intelligent. Okay. So, okay, we have another comment. Hmm. I'm starting to get a runny nose. I think I spend a little too much time in the cool weather. Okay, Leslie says, upon awakening, one might say, thank you for your breath. Thank you for breath. Another day to live. Our arms to reach for water, and so on. An unlimited thanks. I love that, Leslie. Oh, that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with all of us. Yeah, Lisa says that's beautiful, Leslie. Ah, I so love that. I'm going to take a picture of that so I remember. Okay. Hmm. I think Leslie, you did mention it sometime to me, but yeah, it's always refreshing to, let these beautiful words sink in. And maybe if I have your permission, Leslie, I can create like a meditation around it and we can do it in the live, and I will keep that as a free meditation, of course. So yeah, if I have your permission. And if not, then that's okay. So I will just add it to, the list of ideas for meditation. Poonam says we take all of this for granted so easily. Exactly, Maybe let's do this right now. Okay, I invite you guys before we move on to the next reading for today. I invite you guys to place a hand on your heart and repeat after me, as Leslie mentioned. Bring your awareness to your body and say, thank you for breath. Thank you for allowing me to breathe, for giving me another day to live. Thank you to my arms, which allow me to reach for water, and for every single part of my body that supports me as I go about my day. And you can take a deep breath in, feeling in that miracle, that intelligence, that love and support, and let it out. And you can lower your hand and come back. Thank you, Leslie, for granting me the permission. So you're so kind. And thank you for allowing us to take a moment to actually acknowledge and thank our body rather than just talking about it. Thank you. Okay, my beautiful people, let's move on to the next reading for today. Huh. Let me see. Yeah. So, again, bring to your mind, anything specific that you need guidance on, or, you know, simply set an intention to receive some guidance for today as we spin this wheel. Okay, I think this book either came for the very first time or the second time. So, the name of the book that came for all of us is Atomic Habits: Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results by James Clear. So, let's see what this beautiful book has to offer us. Mhm. Give me a second to open the book. Hmm. Okay, let's see. There are some comments. Poonam says, just keeping my phone aside to listen to the wisdom as I prepare myself to drift off to sleep. It's bedtime here. Thank you, Poonam, for incorporating me to your, night routine. I am so honored that you want to spend that precious time with me. And I hope that you have a beautiful, sleep and you have sweet dreams in case you drift off as we are continuing. Emilia says, yes, Poonam, often when it's not functioning or looks the way we like, do we recognize this? Exactly. We only pay attention to our body when it is not the way we want to. We want it to be, whether it is in terms of appearance or function. Okay, so now moving on to this next book, which is Atomic Habits. Okay. So give me a second to choose some numbers and then we can, play the game. Okay. So again, before I mention the numbers, anyone joining us for the very first time, I want to let you know that you do not need to rush at all, you know. So when I ask you guys to choose a number between two numbers, I want you to see which number is popping up for you when you tune into your intuition. And then I will choose a number randomly out of those based on my intuition. So let's see what the collective wisdom wants to convey to us. So choose a number between 20 to 212. Hmm. It seems like I have to do my own meditation for cold. Okay. Yeah. So take your time to share a number. Lisa says 111. Huh, Lisa always like goes with 111, mostly, not always. Oh my God, Donna. Yeah, I hope so. Donna says one day a book by you will be on the wheel. I haven't planned about writing one. But yeah, maybe. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you, Leslie, Lisa, Emilia. Ah, my heart just sank reading that comment. Ah, in a good way as well as in like, hmm, in a way where a voice said, but I don't have anything to offer like that. Yeah. So everyone has that voice, but yeah, I'm not. But if I feel called to, I will one day. Okay, let's see. We have some numbers. Thank you, Lisa, Misha, Dina, Rachel, Emilia, Patricia, Joanne, Danielle. Ah. Lisa says, "Oh, Anisha, you have so much to offer." That is so sweet of you, Lisa. Yeah, I am. I'm just trying to share whatever it is that I know and to help you find your own answers. That's what I believe is, that I don't need to tell you something external. You all already know, and I just need to remind you through this live, through my other offerings, whatever it is that I do. But it means a lot, Lisa. Thank you so much for saying that. Ah, these feedbacks or these kind of reviews or whatever you call it. I actually like take a screenshot of these and I have a folder and I read them when like I'm feeling low, when I have self-doubt, when I believe that I have nothing to offer because yeah, that voice comes up no matter what you have achieved, no matter who you are. So despite that. So yeah, your like feedback is really, really helpful for me at that time. So thank you. Until then, you feel free to explore like all the things that I already have created, whether it is courses, meditations, or you know, what else, like the other thing that I do, which is like I'm also an aligned life coach. So yeah, I have some other things as well that I offer, which you can again check out by going to the about section of my profile. Okay. So now it seems like we have, everyone that wanted to share a number have should have done so. So let me go through the numbers and see which number am I feeling called to. Um, okay. So before I share the number that I've chosen, I want to let anyone know who is joining for the very first time, or a reminder for the regular ones as well, that whatever number comes up, it doesn't, whatever number I choose, it doesn't matter so much. It's more about you being here. And since you are here, whatever is going to come through is was meant for you, was meant to reach you at this point in your life. Okay. So, having said that, the number that I'm feeling called to is 22. And the number has been chosen by Patricia for all of us. Thank you, Patricia. Okay, let me see what is on page number 22. So, the heading for this is why small habits make a big difference. Too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action, whether it is losing weight, building a business, writing a book. Ah, the message is for me as well. Okay, yeah. So, too often we convince ourselves that massive success requires massive action, whether it is losing weight, building a business, writing a book, winning a championship, or achieving any goal. We put pressure on ourselves to make some earth shattering improvement that everyone will talk about. Meanwhile, improving by 1% isn't particularly notable. Sometimes it isn't even noticeable, but it can be far more meaningful, especially in the long run. The difference in tiny improvement can make over time, the difference a tiny improvement can make over time is astounding. So, here is how the math works out. So, not the favorite subject of some people, including me, but yeah, it is going to show you the impact of that 1% improvement. So if you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time you are done. Again, if you can get 1% better each day for 1 year, you will end up 37 times better by the time you are done. Conversely, if you get 1% worse each day for 1 year, you will decline nearly down to zero. What starts as a small win or a minor setbacks accumulates into something much more. So the goal is to be 1% better every day. Let me like copy and paste the calculation. If it can get pasted. Give me a second. Hmm. Okay, let me see. It just pasted something else. Okay, give me a second. Let me paste it one by one. Okay, it is not pasting like right in the right manner. Like, hmm. Okay, I will do that in my group, maybe. Okay, if it does if it allows us to do that. Um yeah, so forget about this, whatever I pasted it, if it is confusing for you guys. So we says, did you say for 1 year? Yeah, so if you get 1% better each day, meaning whatever you did today, whatever you are trying to do, So if for example, if you are, doing exercise, okay, and each day you just get 1% better, whether it is doing, exercise for 1 more minute, or just adding one more posture, or, just doing one more push up, okay. So just getting 1% better each day, and if you do that for 365 days, you will end up being 37% better than from where you started. Okay. I hope that clears things up. Um, Misha says, I have heard regular practice of gratitude is very helpful. I'm on that journey. Yeah, it is. It is I feel like it is the simplest and most effective practice if you want to, improve your mental health. There are other wonderful practices, but it feels like it is the very simplest thing and it is very, very impactful. So yeah, I completely agree with that. I've seen the impact of it firsthand. Misha says this reading really resonates with me, very timely. I love that. I'm glad that it is resonating, especially since you mentioned, developing a habit. Okay, guys. I can, judge by the hearts that are flowing in that this, resonated with many of you. And it is like a very simple thing. And it is also a reminder that I needed as well, because sometimes we forget when we think about big things, you know. Everyone needs a reminder, and that's why this space, it's not that you don't know anything, or it's not that I am the expert. It's not that kind of a space. It's a space to welcome those reminders at the right point in our life. So when someone said, Anisha, you would write a book and that would be on the wheel, my heart sank, and because it seemed like such a big task. But just starting small. That is the message that I got as well. So it is a space for all of us, who are present here right now. Maybe someone who is listening, maybe that person is not the user itself, but they are, nearby the user and they heard that message, or someone who will listen to this recording later on. We never know who this message was meant to be. And and if you guys have so far, gotten any value out of this live, if you have enjoyed the space, and if you would like to support me to like show up, to continue doing these lives, to keep the space alive, then I would really appreciate, any donation that you can make, because again, every donation matters. It doesn't have to be a big amount, but very tiny things, very tiny contribution can also create that ripple and that pool of kindness. And every single donation that you guys make, and every single donation that have been made in the past, I keep a separate account of it, and I use it to create more resources and offer more gifts and, offer more free stuff. Um, yeah, so if you feel called to be a part of that movement, of that circle of compassion, I would be grateful for that. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you and welcome to the circle of compassion. I'm glad that something reached you today, and I hope that this gesture of kindness, this loving energy that you're sending out, returns to you multiplied in magical ways. So thank you. Sophie says, if you get 1% better each day, you get 30% better each month. Um, okay, so not good with the calculation again, me. But what the author mentioned was, if you get 1% better each day, you will get 37% better by the end of the year, by the end of those 365 days in that year. Okay. Still don't know the calculation. Didn't write calculating. I trusted the author. And I think he must be right if he has written a book and stuff. With that, yeah, but feel free to do your own calculation. Okay. And before you guys go, I would like to, I've recently started doing this, which is like I walk you through all of my resources, like all the offerings, all the stuff that I have to offer. Because when I share this, and if you stay here to listen to it, maybe for more like 5 more minutes, then my hope is that, that something that you need at this moment in your life, reaches you, that you have a resource to go to after this live to take that action. regarding whatever you're going through in your life, regarding whatever you need guidance on, or, support on, or whatever it is, that you need. So, so let me take you through what all I have to offer. And give me a second. And if you are late, or if it is late, or if you want to leave, then let me like quickly mention that you can just simply go to my profile and explore it on your own. I have tried to organize everything in playlist, and um in like folders also. I think this is a new feature that appeared after the update on Insight Timer. So if you're not seeing this interface, if you're not seeing this particular section, then yeah, you might need to update the app. But anyways, I have tried to organize everything. So if you want to leave early and you want to check out, you know, everything that I have to offer, then you can simply go to the home page and you will see like a glimpse of everything here. Sorry, home page. And if you want more additional offerings, or if you want to check out, the other free gifts and stuff that I offer, or if you want to learn more about my journey or what I do, like everything else, then you can go to About section and you can go here. So when you click here, you will see a lot of other things that I offer as well. So that was a very quick thing. And if you want to like dive like deeps, where I just give you where I just simply touches that this is all that I offer, then I would appreciate if you can stay for 5 more minutes. So yeah, you can go to my profile. And firstly, if you missed this live, if you joined late, if you would like to, you know, um, get a summary of this live of what we covered, or if you just want to revisit the readings and everything, then you can go to my profile on the home page. When you go scroll all the way down, you will see a little group here, which is Wonderful Beings. You can also search for it on in the search box on Insight Timer, and you can go to it by my home profile, sorry, home section of my profile. So when you join this group, what I do is that after each live, within like 5 or 10 minutes, I upload a summary of it. Type of meditation, including the type of meditation, the name of the books, the readings that we did. Okay, so you don't miss out on anything. And I update things there. It is a way for me to stay connected with you. Okay, so I would love to have you in that community if you want the summary, or to get notified whenever I release a new track. So you can join that here. And if not, you can just simply follow me and you will get notified about the next live event, as well as the next, whenever a new track gets released. So let me also share my next event here, which is day after tomorrow at the same time at which this started. Okay, so yeah, going back to all the offerings. So when you go to the homepage, you will see like the events. So you can RSVP from here, from the comments, whatever you prefer. Then you scroll down, you will see all the recently released tracks. So this was the one that got released today itself. And it says, if you feel that you are too broken to heal. So this is a track if you believe that I'm too broken to heal. And I am releasing like these mini tracks of around just 3 minutes. And my intention is that, when you're feeling really low, I want you to feel held and to feel supported and loved, and whatever else that you need to feel in that moment. And by the end of that track, that mini track, I want you to feel a little bit of a flicker of hope that keeps you going. So that was my intention behind, starting this series. So yeah, the tracks that got released from that is here. So if you feel too broken to heal, that you cannot heal because you're too broken, if you believe that you're not good enough, and more are coming. But yeah, all of them, again, I grouped everything into the playlist here. So at the bottom, just above the group, you will see a playlist. So I put that in this playlist, which I named Love Letters from the Universe. So yeah, I want you to feel that love and support. that is here. So I put all of them here. So if you want, you can just simply save this playlist so that because I will keep on adding the new tracks from the series in this. So if you have like this series is basically for anyone who is having a negative thought or believing a limiting belief. Okay. Then the other ones are which you saw that track that I mentioned about this body, healing and appreciation. So that was another track that got released. So which you can find again in the playlist. So everything is arranged in the playlist. I put or organized all of my content in the form of playlist apart from the courses. So the second playlist is self-soothing techniques. So it basically involves coping strategies or emotion regulation techniques, nervous system regulation techniques that coaches or therapists recommend their clients when they're feeling overwhelmed by emotions, drowning in emotions, or like dysregulated in some way. So it includes a lot of techniques that can help you feel more regulated, grounded, centered. Um, so yeah, that is this. And then the third one is a playlist, which is 21-day mindfulness meditation challenge. So, if you want, if you are curious about meditation or if you want to develop this habit, I created this challenge where, I have included 5 foundational practices and mentioned what mindfulness is and how it can really, really help you in your life, not in terms of research, but like, sorry, not the quotation marks, yeah. Um, I feel like, Joey from the Friends series using air quotes like inappropriately. Yeah, okay. Coming back. What was that? Yeah. So how mindfulness can help you truly, in terms of your real life, not just research terms and benefits and stuff. So yeah, I have mentioned all of that here in this, and all of the tracks here in in this challenge are free. Okay, are free tracks. And then the final one is this Wheel of Wisdom. And I make it a little bit like playful by adding this pick a meditation. So here we get to practice our intuition. It already have like 35 tracks. So you can either go like by name or you can just close your eyes, scroll, and wherever you click, just listen to that track, believing that this is something, that I needed to meditate on. So I brought that playfulness into the series as well. So it basically involves all these meditations that have been released so far from this Wheel of Wisdom series, because as I mentioned, we do one meditation in each live. Okay. And as more meditations come up from this, including today's one also, I will keep on adding it into this whole, playlist. So yeah, you will find everything in terms of the playlist here. And if you want to go and check out separate tracks and filter it by some other, mode like length and everything, then you can go to this track section nearby home. If you want to explore the courses that I have, because I have around 7, courses on Insight Timer related to overcoming your negative thoughts and limiting beliefs, cultivating mindfulness, how to accept difficult life situations, how to find joy, peace, and beauty in your daily life, how to stop chasing and start living. So basically arriving here rather than just running after some finish line that you cannot see. So yeah, so I have all these different courses. You can explore them here in the courses section. Then here you will find all the live events. So the next one I already mentioned in the comments. Okay. Then folders. So, yeah, so then the folder section. This is something that is a new addition after the update. So, if you haven't updated your app, you might not see that. So, here I try to organize all of my content in some different way. So, this basically these folders not only involves like meditations, like the playlist, but it also involves a whole playlist or like a whole course. Okay. So these folders are little different from the playlist. So yeah, I organized it in this manner if you want that. So this is like, if you are dealing with negative thoughts and limiting belief, you can check out this folder. If you are dealing with unpleasant emotions, you can check out this one. If you're having difficulty with unhelpful behavior, then you can check out this one. And finally, if you want to, learn how to live in the present moment, then you can check out this one. And the last thing, the last section of my profile. This is the about section. So it involves basically about me, what I do, what is my background, and everything. And then at the bottom, you will see here. Here you can find all the additional resources and gifts and offerings that I offer. So yeah, you can, go through them if you want to check out anything additional from what I have just mentioned. Um, yeah, and if anyone don't know me, just let me introduce myself in just one or two line. So apart from being a mindfulness meditation teacher, I have also a background of psychology. I am an aligned life coach where I basically help women who are feeling dissatisfied with their current life, who are feeling stuck or overwhelmed and who long for a life that they would love waking up to. So I help them, get to that point using my signature approach, which is PATH, which is something that I developed based on my own journey, what all I learned, and I use that approach to give these women, to you know, give you or whoever is, working with me, to give them a path to create a life that is deeply fulfilling and true to who they are. So, yeah, that is what I do, and that is who I am in terms of the title and the job thing. And I so appreciate you guys, staying and listening to me so patiently, sharing all these offerings and sharing a little bit about myself. And I hope that if, you did find something to go to from, after this live and a resource to explore after this live ends. um, so yeah, thank you so much for joining. That's it for this live. Oh, hi, Silverback. Silverback says, stay strong, stay safe, stay beautiful, keep smiling. Thank you so much for all those lovely wishes. So yeah, guys, I am, so happy to have each and every one of you, and I hope to see you in the next live. Thank you so much for an amazing interaction. I loved talking to each and every one of you today. And thank you for all the lovely hearts. They always encourage me to keep speaking. And, for those of you who couldn't interact and simply observed or stay by my side, I am so very grateful for your presence. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. I will see you in the live day after tomorrow. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Namaste, Donna. Bye. And don't forget to explore the resources that resonated with you guys.